Welcome back. Let's talk about blue light today. About this whole, if you're not familiar with it, if you've been living under a rock, blue light emanating from your screens is the root of all problems. And to keep this short, for sure, there's things about the blue light spectrum that affect sleep, that affect all kinds of stuff that if you go to Google Scholar and look up studies, surely is the case. Now, the interesting thing is what happened more recently is that some of these large companies put in blue light filters by default on their devices. Talking about you, Apple. Not only Apple, but since I use Apple products, I'm most familiar with it. iPhones, evening time, MacBook, everything just turns down the blue light and adds a more yellowish tint to your screen, which is supposedly better for you. And it's supposed to probably should make you feel warm and fuzzy about using your screens more. And this gets right to the core of the issue. If you think about products in the grocery store that says fortified with vitamins, in my opinion, and I'm not a nutrition expert, whenever I see that label on food, I'm immediately assuming the food is junk and they have to put something in it to make it remotely possibly worthwhile, even if just for marketing, right? Like you had to add vitamins to this white Wonder Bread to make it seem like there's any point in eating it. Think about that and the blue light. Or think about when they remove things from food, like the low-fat everything, right? Like low-fat yogurt and low-fat milk and low-fat this. They figured out that maybe that's not super beneficial either. Like there's a ton of stuff where we're hiding the real cause of the issue, like Coke Zero, right? Like Coke without calories. Well, it's still Coke. You still shouldn't drink it, right? The underlying theme in all of these things is corporations masking the problem with their product by pointing at, oh, the only problem with Coke was sugar. So we fixed it. No problem anymore, right? Consider that. Consider the whole vitamin fortified thing. Do you really want to eat Wonder Bread? Even if they put whatever vitamins in it, supposedly, it's still shit. The same thing, in my unqualified opinion, is true for screens. It's not the blue light that is the problem. It's the screen use that is the problem. Like if you're sitting in front of your screen after work for 5 hours at night till before you go to sleep, and then you don't sleep well, and then Apple says, oh no, the screen's fine. It was just the blue light. So we're just gonna take out the blue light, and then you're fine browsing your Instagram for the next 5,000 hours. That's really what it boils down to. And it's really common, and it's done in a ton of industries that are based on you consuming something. Is people figure out that it's bad, right? But then the company pivots, nice marketing move, and just points at one particular ingredient, right, that either needs to be added or removed, and that all of a sudden makes it okay. Wonder Bread's still shit, Coke is still shit. It doesn't matter what you take out or what you put in it. The same thing is true for screens. Screens are amazing, right? Like screens enable us to connect in ways we were never able to before. It enables us to learn, it enables us to share, it enables us to communicate. It's amazing, but not an unlimited amount. Right? Like there's candy. Candy's amazing, super tasty stuff, but you kind of know they shouldn't just be eating candy all day. The same is true for the screen stuff. And you should not trust these companies that are now conveniently coming up with this, oh, it was the blue light all along. Blue light, you don't want the blue light. It's complete nonsense. It's the screen use. You need less screen use, including or excluding the blue light. It doesn't matter, right? It's a very convenient excuse for an addict to say, oh, it was the sugar in the Coke. That's what messed me up. I'm gonna have the Coke with no sugar and the Wonder Bread with vitamin D in it. I'm fine. That's the story, and that's the excuse. And when people ask me if blue light filters will help, it's like, what will help is a black light filter. Like just the screen should just be black. There should be nothing on it. You should be looking outside behind me is a window, and you should be going outside and you should be experiencing your own life, not consuming this algorithm based thing that is incredibly well designed to keep you addicted to the screen. And screw those big corporations and their blue light filters. You don't need a blue light filter, you need less screen time. And since that's all there's to this rant, that's all there's to this rant. Don't worry about light filters, worry about getting outside and enjoying actual life for real. That's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.
Meow, 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 meow.